association. Yeah, see, that's the association. Joe.
Welcome to YMA Nation Podcast, episode number 5. We are at number 5, and today is Wealth Building Monday. I'm excited for today, and I am Joe Wallace, and this is
Rebecca Wallace.
All right, and today we are going to discuss entrepreneurs, employees versus entrepreneurs.
That sounds really interesting.
Why do you say that?
It's just an interesting topic.
It's an interesting topic.
Yeah.
Why do you say that?
I want to know what we're going to lead into, like the climax of the conversation.
Thinking
He hasn't given me any
details. And she was asking, and I was like,
For 2 days.
So, yeah, employees versus entrepreneurs. We are going to talk about the differences between both, the mindsets of both. So it's going to be a great conversation today. I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited. Make sure that you like, comment, and share. Subscribe. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Take 3 seconds right now. Do it. Just do it. Just right there. Click the little subscribe. Bam. You got it. Good job. Thank you. So now let's get into talking about employees versus entrepreneurs. So first, I would like to start off with the employee side.
Okay.
All right. So you have a background, obviously, in the past of being an employee. I do also. Pretty much everyone has been an employee unless you just jumped out there and became an entrepreneur.
True.
And things just took off for you.
Right.
But most people at some point have been an employee. So we're going to talk about the first thing is the mindset of an employee when it comes to task. So if I work for someone and I have a 9-to-5 job, when I walk into my place of business, there's expectations and there's things that are set. So I know when I come in, I'm going to clock in and here's my job. It's laid out.
Right.
Right. It's laid out already. So I pretty much just have to follow the schedule for the day.
Right.
That's an employee. Whether you work for, I don't care, McDonald's, you go in, clock in, you're going to be on the grill, you're going to be at the window, but you know what you're going to be doing for that.
You know the expectations.
Right. And your task for that day.
Right.
Now, so that's an employee. So the mindset of an employee is that I go into work, I clock in, and I know exactly what I'm doing. Or someone's going to just tell me what to do, like a supervisor or a manager. They'll tell me what to do. An entrepreneur doesn't have that list of things when they come into their job or their place of employment.
The luxury.
I like how you said that. The luxury of being able to say, you know what, I'm going to go into work and someone is going to help guide me.
Right.
From
9 to 5.
From 9 to 5.
Right.
Or an employee ain't 9 to 5. I mean, an entrepreneur is not 9 to 5 the majority of the time.
Right.
But employee, I work. I have someone to guide me. I have steps to follow throughout the day. An entrepreneur, they set their tasks. So when they get there, they have to have in their mind, okay, here are the things that need to happen today.
Right.
So it's the mindset of employee is here. I'm going to get to work and someone is going to guide me, or I know all the guidelines of the things that I need to do. Entrepreneur, they create that. So that entrepreneur mindset says, I'm going to get into work. Here are all the objectives or tasks that I need to complete today. Here's all the assignments that I need to either distribute or delegate. Right. Employee, entrepreneur. That entrepreneur, the majority of the time, they're responsible for everything in their job. Most entrepreneurs, they're handling payroll. They're handling inventory control. They're handling accounts receivable, accounts payable. Like they're responsible for everything.
HR,
yeah, they handle pretty much everything that's going to help that business continue to operate
right
on a day-to-day basis. So you see employee, entrepreneur. And this is for you entrepreneurs or future entrepreneurs out there, so you can have a better understanding of the necessities that's going to come along with becoming an entrepreneur, especially if you plan on transitioning from being an employee to being an entrepreneur.
Right. And when you start your business, it is very important to understand that you're really the bread and butter of the company, because you have to make sure everything continues to flow.
Right.
And being in charge of the HR, the payroll, all of those things have deadlines. If you have to have staff in place in order to grow your business, that those things have deadlines.
Right. So if there's payroll, if you're an employee, you just
Get paid.
show up. I just show up. I work my shift,
Right.
and on that Thursday or the Friday, that money, if I got direct deposit, that money is going to be
there
in the
Right.
account as an employee, and I'm going to get on that soon. Not right now,
Okay.
but we're going to talk about that. But employee, entrepreneur.
Okay.
Employee, entrepreneur.
Are you guys learning stuff?
Employee, entrepreneur. The next thing is, as an employee, an employee normally just dream of a plan. So look how you looking. What does that mean?
No, I'm just
You're
calculating.
thinking, and
I'm calculating.
you're waiting to see where it's going,
Right.
huh? So an employee normally dreams of a plan. Most people who work at a place of employment, they think of their future as getting a raise. They think of getting a promotion. They think of, man, if I did this, I could be here. Or if I took this step, man, I would love to be here. That's the mindset of employee.
Or if I ran this company, I would run it this way.
Right? Man, I would change this, right?
Right. I
Yeah.
mean, that's serious. That's what, if you go to a job every day, you always are looking at things from a perspective. Well, if I was in this position,
What
I
I
would
would
do
do.
it this way.
Why? Why do you think people think like that?
Lack of experience and understanding what it takes to be an entrepreneur. So they don't understand the decision making that is taking place on a company level. They are only getting it on the level of employment that they're on.
Right.
So they don't understand the bigger picture of why they're making that decision. And a lot of big companies don't have time to explain the why.
Right.
They're going to make decisions based on what their needs analysis is and what their business plan is and their projections are. And they just don't have time to sit there and explain the whys to every decision being made.
I agree. And coming from in the corporate world, I know starting here and then going up from employee to supervisor to manager to senior manager. So having the experience of understanding here, like, that doesn't make any sense when someone like rolls out a new plan or a new process, and here you're like, why would they do that? But there's always a why behind it. But when you're here and it's like 20 people around you and everybody throwing in their input, like, did y'all hear about that new process?
Right.
Like, yeah, that's the dumbest thing I ever heard.
Yeah.
But then after they see it and then it starts to move, and then it makes sense. It can make sense like a week later or a month later. Then they start to understand why.
Right.
Communication is key, though.
Right.
Communication is key from the top down, because then when you roll out new processes and you explain the why behind it, then like the buy-in from your team is better.
Right.
So employee dreaming. I wish I could be here. I want to do this. I would like to. And they dream. Entrepreneurs, instead of dreaming of the plan, they plan out their dream. They say, this is what I'm going to do, right? I don't have a choice to do this, right? So I'm going to envision the company going from here, or creating these new steps or steps for growth. And I'm going to create a plan around that. Are you trying to start or grow your business? Well, welcome to YMA Financial, where we have created the ultimate platform for entrepreneurs and business owners. We specialize in small business startups. Our accredited business consultants will help turn your dream to a reality. We'll help obtain your business documentation, help you establish and build business credit, and whether you're working from home or storefront, we'll help fully launch your business. Check out our website at www.ymafinancial.com or give us a call at 888-531-6611. So I'm going to dream it, right? Because it's in my mind first. I see it. I see the big picture. And then I'm going to step back. I see the plan where I see it going. And now I just come back down here and start putting the steps in place for it to happen.
So basically, action.
Action is key. But even an employee could act, right?
But they're acting on the entrepreneurs act on their dream.
Right, they act on their dreams
Right.
constantly.
Constantly.
Right, it's not like, well, I want to get a promotion. I'm going to work hard for right now. Boom, I got that promotion. I could sit back. I could chill for a while. Like an entrepreneur, when you see that next step to help scale your business or what, I don't care if it's trying to scale your business, if you're trying to hire more employees, like whatever it is, when they create that in their mind, like they're moving. There's no options. There's no choice. Like, oh, there's a new contract. I can increase my revenue by another 200,000.
Right.
They're going to make those moves. Like, there's no option. So they dream it, and then they put those plans in place to execute on it.
So, right. So from experience, it's like you're always thinking about the next thing. You don't have time to sit, ponder, wonder. It's like you have to, your mind is constantly moving. Your mind doesn't stop. Your mind is always thinking about growth. How am I going to grow my business? You know, how many employees am I going to need to grow my business? How much is my profit? Where's my P&L at? Where's all that? I know you're going to get into that, so I'm probably jumping a little ahead.
No, go ahead. I want you to discuss it. Go ahead.
Yeah, so it's like your mind is never stopping. You know, there's never a dull moment in your mind because you're always thinking about how can I improve upon what I'm doing right now to make my business get to the next level and the next level and the next level.
We could say that out of experience. Like, I could come home, it could be 1, and be like, hey, are you still up? Yeah. And I'm like, hey. So I was thinking today.
Yeah.
That's like every night, right? Almost.
Yes.
Yeah. Like, so I was thinking about this project, and I think if we put these things in place, or what if you think about this? What's your thoughts on that?
But actually, a lot of our best brainstorming
is at nighttime.
Yeah. Like once we're winding down and just thinking about everything that's happened up
throughout
until that point.
Yeah.
Right.
Always thinking throughout the day.
Yeah.
Like, what happened today?
And then it just hits us, and then we're like,
I think that's a great thing about an entrepreneur too. Like, as an employee, they do their shift, they go home, and they could take their mind off work.
right.
And they can, an entrepreneur, they work, and then after work, their mind is constantly going. Like, man,
It's very hard to have a work-life balance when you're an entrepreneur. You really have to understand how to merge those things together.
right?
And you adjust and you try to do the best that you can to stay on top of both. You know, especially for, I don't want to sound, feminist or whatever, but for women who are, raising kids, taking care of the home and things like that, and they're an entrepreneur, it gets difficult, you know?
Yeah.
But it's all about continuing to grow and learn.
How do you, or how have you adjusted going from, an employee to an entrepreneur, also having a family, like, oh, I got to get the kids to football practice, and then I got to get back to the office. Like, what type of advice would you give to that mother that's out there, or that young lady that's out there like, I got this great idea. I would love to be an entrepreneur, but that fear factor is there. What type of advice would you give?
You know, it's really funny is I was just having this conversation via message with the lady, Kay Brigg, who came to do my makeup. And she was talking about having young kids and how difficult it is to really get back in the swing of things with her business. Well, for me, I say you have to, you just have to schedule things out. You have to understand what your schedule is, what your availability is. You have to include your children and make them still feel like they're a part of what you're doing. So, you know, my kids come to the office sometimes just to see that I'm working really hard for them.
Just to see? Kaylin was in here working today.
He was working today. But, you know, I don't put them to work every time they're here, but they understand that I'm working hard to give them a comfortable life so that they can, and they understand what being successful is, and it's hard work. So it's not just, oh, gimme. They understand that the work that goes behind it, and then they appreciate it more. They appreciate the things that I'm doing and understand that my time is valuable. And even though as a parent, you know, you're supposed to be there for your kids, for their football, for their gymnastics, for their softball, for, you know, whatever they're into. But they have to understand that time is valuable because one day they're going to be adults and they're going to have to understand their value of time.
I think it's a good thing as a child, and I'm saying from experience, seeing how hard my mom worked. So I understood, like, mom's not home. Mom called and said, y'all find something in the refrigerator to eat because I have to do overtime. And then she would come home, and communication is key because then she explained, hey, you know, I got to pay the light bill. So then as you start to get older, those things make sense. Like, oh, so that's how the lights stay on because mom works and dad works and they have to pay the bills. And, oh, that's why we got food. Oh, hey, tonight it's not like a steak or chicken because I haven't got paid yet. So as a child, as a young child, it's hard to understand that. But when you start to get older and you start to see the whys behind it, oh, well, this why mom had to work harder. And this why also now instead of 99 cent menu, I seen how hard mom worked. And now we're going out and we're eating at somewhere else.
Right.
One thing that my mom did is as an employee, you know, she was an employee, but she had a entrepreneur heart also. But when we were young and we stayed in a duplex, and it was me and my sister shared a room inside of a duplex, and my mom drove us from the inner city of Miami out to South Beach, and she drove down and she showed us like all these big mansions and houses, and she said, this is why I work hard. I probably won't get to the point of a house like this, but this is why I work hard to get us out of where we're at. Right? So then as a child, it makes sense to you when on TV, that's all you see, especially back in like the 80s, right? You growing up in the 80s, all you 80 babies out there who grew up on like Good Times and what's the other one? Good Times, Different Strokes. And you see, like, your mindset is like, man, like, this is a certain type of lifestyle. But then that other lifestyle does exist. And it's only 20 minutes away. And this is what she's saying. You got to work hard.
Right.
It's not going to just come to you. So then all of those things start to hit you as a child. Like, okay, work hard, eat better, work hard, more toys for Christmas. Work hard, a larger house.
I started off checking it every other week, just like most people do. Then it got out of control. I couldn't help myself. I started checking it day after day after day. I didn't realize that I was becoming addicted until my wife said something.
What did she say?
She said, it's just a credit score, relax.
Are you checking your credit score?
Hold on.
Work hard in a better community. And I could tell you also, coming from a community where like the school system was like 90% black, and then going to that next level where it's like a mixture, the level of education changes. I'm saying that from experience. So that's also going from being that check to check employee where you trying to get by, and you trying to figure out like, I can't get to that next level. There's always a way to get to that next level. It's just understanding the hows and then that why factor. Like, why do I want to get there? Because if you decide I want to be an entrepreneur because I like you, I think you're doing a great job, right? And she's online posting all this stuff, I think I'm going to do it. Now, my passion is just following you. I'm just following you because of the attention. Oh, man, she posted that and she got 400 likes on it.
It's like a copycat.
Yeah,
Or
well,
not
the
a copycat,
intent.
but
Like everything in this world is about intent.
Right.
Always about intent. Everything that you do, when you open your eyes and brush your teeth, there's a reason. There's the intent. I gotta brush my teeth because I don't want my breath to be stink, and I gotta take care of my gums and my teeth. There's an intent. I have to shower because, but everything in this world that you do has an intent behind it. I gotta pick my keys up because I got to lock the door. I need my keys because I have to crank the car up. There's an intent behind every action. So my actions is just following the emotions of how I feel at a certain time. That's why you see certain people don't last that long, because they're just riding on a emotion of being an entrepreneur, not a passion. Because when someone is passionate about being that entrepreneur, it doesn't matter what happens.
I want to jump in real quick.
Oh, she want to jump in. So this is
because I think that it comes down to as well, a lot of people don't understand what their passion is. I think people in general, and y'all correct me if I'm wrong out there.
Drop it in the comment section. Put it in the comment section.
A lot of people that I've talked to, just, regular conversation, just don't know. Like, what do you want to be when you grow up? I don't have a clue. I don't know what I want to do. I don't know what my passion is. You have some people that understand what their passion is. They understand the things that they love, but they don't know how to embrace it, and they don't know what path it is to really hone in on what their passion is.
That's interesting. So from my perspective, I talk to clients all day about like their dreams, their goals. As a business consultant, I'm having these conversations. And the people that I have conversations with, they have an idea. And I know that's maybe like 15%, because those are people that's like, I'm going to submit an order form, I'm going to call in. So they already have an idea.
They already have an intent of
I want
entrepreneurship.
Right.
Right.
So this small group of collective individuals, they say, I have a dream, I want to start a clothing line. I have a dream, I want to open a salon. I have a dream, I want to open a auto shop. Whatever it is, here's what I see, right? This the next thing that we're going to talk about is when, cause I want to spread out and elaborate on this, is when we talk about this small group of people that's going from being employees to being entrepreneurs, is this strong word. One reason that people don't take that step is job security. People are afraid, right? They know that every 2 weeks I'm going to get paid. That job security, right? That's the mindset of an employee, like that job security. So when you think of an employee, job security. Entrepreneur, risk taker. Employee, you got to jump in and help me out.
Job security.
Job security. Entrepreneur, risk taker.
I got you.
But that's the difference. That entrepreneur understands that I have a vision. And either I'm going to get with the right people, I'm going to get with the right organization, but I need to know, what do I need to do to bring this to life? That employee is just like comfortable. They say, you know what? I get my check. I don't know what happened if this don't work. Like that entrepreneur, they're going to force it. They're going to force it, and they're not afraid to take failures. They're going to force it. If it don't work, how can I step back, analyze it, and try to redirect how my approach.
Right. So entrepreneurs are more problem solvers. They're piecing puzzle pieces together to create the end result, which is the puzzle.
Right. I mean, employees could be problem solvers too, but an entrepreneur is
On a
constantly
different level.
on a different level.
Yeah,
Like you're
it's a different
constantly problem solving.
Mm-hmm.
So let's step back to what I was about to say when we were talking about employees and entrepreneurs. Is this big word? Is, you want to guess? Well, what were you about to say?
I don't know what the word is.
Accountability.
Accountability
As an employee and as an entrepreneur. As an employee, what am I accountable for?
Your task list.
My job throughout the day. Right. My
Right.
job throughout the day. And what I've seen throughout my time as a business consultant is that as an employee, they have grown into a mindset where I'm not accountable for things. You know, I'll blame others for why I'm failing. I'll blame the system for why things don't work. Like I'm going to point the finger, right? As an employee, not saying every employee out there, but if you truly step back and just observe people, just observe the people throughout your job or your place of employment. Like how many people say, you know what, I messed up. Hey, it's me.
Right. My bad.
As an entrepreneur, you can't point the finger at anyone but yourself. So you are held to a whole higher standard of being accountable.
To an extent,
That's
I
a
think,
deep breath. I don't know about that deep breath. Go ahead.
Yeah, because I think in today's society and world, I think that in general, accountability, because if the company fails, they're still blaming someone. If the company fails, they're going to blame it on, oh, well, the economy is not good right now. Or, oh, well, it was my client base.
Right.
You know, if you're providing a service and you get bad reviews and it impacts your business.
But on a day-to-day basis, though, like who's accountable on a day-to-day basis in general? Yeah,
I was just saying overall.
Right. Yeah, but on a day-to-day, when something don't go right, like if we come in here and someone computer can't connect to the printer, like we are problem solving, like right then. Like there's no tech team here for all the employees. It's like us problem solving, unless Leanna is here. She's our tech guru. But as an entrepreneur, it's like constantly like you are responsible. Like I can't point the finger when things are going wrong.
Right.
Like I have to step up. Like right now, if I work for someone.
But that's why so many companies fail, though. Entrepreneurs have to create solutions for their problems. But it goes back to
right.
I mean, at the end of the day, if you have an individual, it's more so in the retrospect of I can blame everyone else for my company failing.
Well, that could be employee or entrepreneur. That's just
Yeah.
someone in general who just don't take responsibility for those type of things.
Right.
All right. That's interesting. Guys, I hope you enjoyed Wealth Building Monday. The reason that we discussed this on Wealth Building Monday, because as an entrepreneur, the majority of people that create wealth are entrepreneurs.
Right.
They are not employees. So if you look at the majority of everyone that has created wealth for themselves, they're entrepreneurs. There's not too many people who work for someone and has a 6 or 7 figure, well, 6 figures, be like a doctor or a lawyer, but
Right.
not a 7 figure. You don't have the flexibility to create your own schedule. There's a lot. But we do appreciate everyone
Yes, we do.
for actually staying on the whole time, right? 30 minutes, guys. Thank you. Thank you so much. Make sure that you like, comment, leave your comments because we are interested in seeing your feedback and your thoughts. And most importantly, subscribe. Subscribe. You see it right there. Take 3 seconds if you haven't. If you joined it late, click it right there in the lower corner. Good job. We appreciate it. We will see you guys on Wednesday for
Real Estate Wednesday.
Real Estate Wednesday, guys. Thank you so much. Have a great day.